Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day number 1 of our AEW Revolution Weekender. This is going to be a fun one. Tonight we're going to be crowning some number 1 contenders and having some fun with some great matches here from Tampa, Florida. And here we go then, starting things off with a big triple threat tag team match to start the night off. This is an elimination match, so both members of the tag team have to be pinned or submitted to lose, or to be eliminated, shall I say. So it's been a very interesting one. 3 of the top tag teams in AEW, the Lucha brothers, the Young Bucks, and FTR. Where are we? So, we've got a great card set up these night. 4 matches on the first night of Revolution. 3-night show, of course. Culminating in AJ Styles making his first defense of the SWE Championship in night number 3. And we'll find out who that was going to be against in tonight's main event, which will be an 8-man elimination match. I know it's over the top, but we're going to do it anyway. We have got in that one Brian Cage, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, Brodie Lee, Hangman Adam Page, Lance Archer, Chris Jericho, and Sting! So those 8 men will be in an elimination match in our main event. The winner of that one will go on to face off against AJ Styles on night 3 for the SWE Championship. Also tonight we're going to have a number 1 contendership for the Women's Championship, a fatal 4-way elimination. We'll see Thunder Rosa versus Hikaru Shida versus Riho versus Ryo Mizunami. So, interesting one. Very interesting one. And then the other match tonight is going to be a match that I anticipate happening at some point in the future. We're going to see Sammy Guevara going one-on-one against MJF. So 4 big matches tonight. And then from tonight we'll be able to plan out the rest of the shows once we know who the number 1 contenders are. Nice takedown there by Pentagon. Phoenix was also pinned, but both pins were broke up. Of course, with the Dusty Classic currently going on, tag team victories are very important. The tag team rankings are really starting to take shape now. We didn't see much of them early on in the Universe mode, but now they're really starting to take shape. A huge amount of tag teams being added to them. Nice rake to the eyes there by Pentagon. Running dropkick attempt. Missed. On Cash Wheeler. All 6 men now on the outside of the ring. Now, pinfalls and submissions have to take place inside the ring. But it is no disqualifications, no countouts, of course. So this battle on the outside can go as long as they want. The Pentagon's had enough already sending Dax back into the ring. Or Cash, sorry, back into the ring. Big boot in the gut is ready. And Matt Jackson's back in there. Strike to the back of Cash. Phoenix back on his feet on the outside. Slides back in the ring. Matt Jackson catches him though now as Pentagon dropping Cash neck first across that top rope. These are 3 tag teams I would like to see do well in the tournament. I'm big fans of all of them. Matt Jackson now taking Phoenix up into a powerbomb on the apron. Brutal. Brutal. Reminds me of the good old PWG days, that does. As Cash now stalking Pentagon. Into the code breaker. This could be our first elimination here. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2 count. Pentagon able to kick out from that one. Such a mad night. So many big matches tonight. This whole weekend is going to be fantastic. Of course, very much AEW based because this weekend is, of course, AEW's Revolution. There's the super kick by Matt Jackson taking down Phoenix. As Pentagon hops up on the turnbuckle into the Mexican Destroyer. Into the pin here on Cash Wheeler. Dax is back up on his feet and makes it in just in time to break it up. See, the Bucks were stood there watching then. If they were smart enough, they should have blocked off Dax. Really, but they weren't smart enough. That's what takes a lot. That's what taking lots of hits to the head does for you, I suppose, isn't it? Nice roll through there by Matt on Dax, but it was a rope break. As Phoenix Mexican Destroyer hit on Matt Jackson. Nick's down the outside, no one to protect him. There's the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Wow, no eliminations so far. All these guys so desperate to stay in this one, so desperate to get the ranking point for winning this match as well. As Pentagon flattens Cash once again. And he's out. Cash is eliminated. Dax tried to get there to break up the pin, but he was just a second too late. And now FTR are down to just one man in this match. Oh, powerbomb on the steps now by Nick Jackson on Ray Phoenix. Dax Harwood is busted open. He's rocking that crimson mask. But now really working over the leg of Pentagon. Definitely become a lot more submission-based, a lot more old school since coming to AEW as well, I've noticed, in the Revival, or FTR, if you will. And I think that's working with Tully and Arn Anderson, of course, backstage as well. And really starting to get in the mind of an old school tag team, which is what they really are. That's why I enjoy them so much. It's something different. As Pentagon now, big drop kick to the side of the head of Dax as Cash has to leave ringside. Otherwise, he will get his tag team partner eliminated from this match by disqualification. Pentagon now looking for that big double foot stomp. I think he actually caught Matt Jackson there, but not Dax, who caught him. Strike in the back there by Nick Jackson, and a back rake on Dax as well. Into the Hurricanrana. Now stalking Dax. Super kick takes him down. That could be the end of FTR here. No. I mean, this could be wise tactically, I think, for Nick Jackson. He knows that Dax is on his own. He knows that Dax is taking a lot of damage. Helping his brother take down Pentagon could be the wisest maneuver at the moment. However, it's not worked that way as Nick Jackson rolls to the outside. Dax has a hold of Matt Jackson. Big elbow in the back of the head. And another one as well. That really rocks Shida does the elbow in the back of the head. Oh, Matt though with a super kick out of nowhere. But spends a lot of time thinking about his next move. Doesn't go for the pin, which I would have done personally. As now Pentagon catches Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson now in with a rock bottom, essentially. Of course, all three of these teams will be part of the Dusty Classic. I don't think we've seen any of them so far, though. Oh. Well, I've got an incense stick on, and it's making me choke in this room. I do apologise. Pentagon now with the right hand in the gut of Matt Jackson. Spins him round. Perches him up high. What's Pentagon's plan here? He's going to bring him down, draped across the top into the neckbreaker. Big maneuver. But he wasn't paying attention to Nick Jackson, who crept up behind him, drops him in the atomic drop. In for the pin, and Dax has Phoenix on the outside. Pentagon survives, though. With that big boot by both the Bucks into the spine of Pentagon. Double axe handle attempt missed as well. But the Bucks definitely in control of Pentagon, taking him down once again with a clothesline. It's 2-on-1 inside the ring. I think it's a matter of time here before Pentagon actually gets eliminated. There's only so much he can take as he eats another super kick. There's the pin. Dax still has Phoenix on the outside, and there goes Pentagon. So the Bucks have 2 in this match now. We've got 2 Bucks, 1 FTR, and 1 Lucha Bro. Where are they in the rankings at the moment then? I think, is this the Lucha Bros debut as a tag team? I think no, it's not, is it? Because I've got them as the Death Triangle, haven't I? Lucha Bros. I haven't, no. Okay. I think they will go down as Death Triangle anyway, in case you want to sort of freebird them with Pac, maybe. The Young Bucks are currently... where are they? They're currently in the middle of the rankings. 0 points, 2 wins, 2 losses. And FTR currently sat on 1 victory with 1 win from 1, really. I think that was on Dark episode, though, to be honest. Standing sliced bread by Matt Jackson on Dax, as now Phoenix attacking Nick Jackson, taking down it. Really, at this point, you would think that Phoenix and... Oh, look at that. What a way to break a pin. Phoenix and Dax are going to have to consider working together to take out one of the Bucks. Atomic leg drop there by Nick Jackson on Dax. Brings him back to a standing base. Dax busted open here now. Oh, look at that chop block taking down the knee. There's the pin by Dax on Nick Jackson, but Matt Jackson's there to break it up once again. So I say, I think they've got to work together here. They've got to be smart here, I think. They really have got to be smart to be able to work together and take out one of the Bucks. Phoenix now round the back of Nick Jackson. Hoist him up onto the top. And he's looking for that Mexican muscle buster. He hits it. And with Matt Jackson on the outside, this could be a big opportunity to even this match up again. 1, 2, and 3. Nick Jackson's gone. Boom, big DDT. Matt Jackson and Phoenix inside the ring. Who is going to pull out the victory in this one? Matt Jackson heading up top. Went for a crossbody. Phoenix avoided. Went for a crossbody himself. Matt Jackson avoided it. As Jackson now taking Phoenix up into the powerbomb. Rolls it through. 1, 2. Oh, near 2 count. Matt Jackson now up on top. Looking for that big moonsault, beautifully hit into the pin for the 1, 2, and the 3, and the Young Bucks pick up the victory in this triple threat tag team match. That puts them back up to +1 now. 3 wins and 2 losses for them in this universe mode. FTR had their 1 victory, which now goes down to a 0, 1 victory and 1 loss in the rankings. Of course, if you want to check out the rankings for yourself, the link will be in the description down below, but do be careful on some of the tabs. There may be some spoilers if you're behind or if I'm ahead, one of those two. If you just stick to the ranking screens, you should be okay, I think. As long as you don't go into the results and the upcoming show screens, that's unless you want spoilers, that is. But there we go, victory for the Bucks in the opening match of the evening. And let's move on next to the women's #1 contendership. The bell goes and we are underway. Fatal 4-way elimination match. Now, of course, at the real AEW Revolution, we will see Shida going one-on-one against Ryu Mizunami. But in this one, the #1 contender should be fought for in a fatal 4-way with Thunder Rosa and Riho in there as well. Big fan of Thunder Rosa, and Riho is someone I have grown to appreciate a lot more, especially on a return match against Serena Deeb, which was incredible. It really was one of the top matches I've seen, well, I was going to say the women's division, but just in general on Dynamite was absolutely incredible, that match was. So very much appreciate her. She was, of course, the first AEW Women's Champion. So she get the opportunity of making her debut in this universe mode, as is Ryo Mizunami as well. And of course, that's the whole point of this universe mode this year. It's a lot more open, it's a lot more accessible, and we can really utilize so many different rosters, so many different types of wrestlers, and I think that's the fun way with it. Of course, Thunder Rosa had an incredible match last week against Beth Phoenix as part of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And she'd love another opportunity at Beth Phoenix, because that was a close match. It really could have gone either way. But Beth retained her SWE Women's Championship. And there's a chance of Thunder Rosa to get another opportunity, but to do so, she'll have to defeat 3 other people here. Now remember, this is an elimination match, so pinfalls and submissions on all 3 of your opponents to eliminate them. And of course, as always, we'll give a point for each elimination and an extra point for the victory. So 4 points up for grabs altogether. And of course, when you're eliminated, you lose a point. So if anyone can be dominant here, they can get a +4 from this match. As Mizunami just launches Riho to the outside. Riho, definitely the smallest in this match, and that might come a problem for her. Mizunami probably got the strength advantage in this one. I haven't pronounced her name. I'm sure I'm pronouncing her name right. Mizunami. Mizunami. Yeah, Mizunami's right. I'm sure it is. We should have had Aja Kong in this as well, shouldn't we? Maybe we'll bring Aja Kong in for another match later on in this show. Not today's show, but as part of this. Because I think Aja, I don't know if she counts as on the AEW roster or if she's just like a special appearance guest every now and again. But she has wrestled a few times now. Thunder Rosa now with Shida up on the shoulders and launches it into the ring post. Wow. Now, we will actually be having later on in the month, one of our weekends will be it's actually next weekend. Oh, I didn't realise that. Evolution's next weekend. So we will be having a full women's weekend next weekend. So the SWE champion and the hardcore champion will get the week off. And we're going to focus on 3 days solely of women's wrestling. I know that's not up everyone's alley, but it's still going to be a pretty fun time. Riho now over the top of Shida into the bomb. Looks at the pin, but too close to the ropes. Shida able to break it. Thunder Rosa trying to steal the pin. I think that's not going to work, is it really? No. Riho brings Shida back up to her feet into the drop kick. Another big drop kick as well. Ducks underneath into the big crossbody as Riho Mizunami comes up behind Thunder Rosa. Big headbutt to the back of the head. As Riho now looking to roll Shida into a submission here actually. Wrenching back at the arms while she has the legs hooked as well. Riho now heading up on top. Waiting for Shida to get back up to her feet. Riho now in with a Meteora. Wow. Shida launching Mizunami over the shoulders. Thunder Rosa now up on the top rope. Look at the big double foot stomp. Mizunami able to roll free. Big backbreaker by Thunder Rosa. What a slap that was by Riho on Shida. She just no-sold it and sent her straight back into the ring though. She's been a great women's champion. She's been champion for a very long time as well. However, I would imagine that she will defend the belt successfully this weekend against Mizunami, only because I don't know if Mizunami is going to be based in the US for that long. So I feel like it's probably going to be a case that Shida will defend the championship this time. That's just me looking logically though. It doesn't necessarily have to happen that way. I just don't know whether Mizunami will be able to turn up for Dynamite week in, week out. That's the only reason why. But if she's willing to relocate and join the women's roster in AEW, then you never know. I don't know what her potential plans are for the future. Mizunami taking Shida up into a tombstone pile driver. Wow. Big maneuver by Mizunami, who looks to drop into the pin, but they all fight over that pin. And Mizunami now taking Riho up into a vertical. Oh, that's a brainbuster. There's a loose brainbuster as well. Thunder Rosa now sending Shida into the corner. Still no eliminations this match so far. Remember, we've got an 8-man elimination match in tonight's main event. That's going to be fun for me. I'm going to miss all the eliminations as normal. I've done okay so far. I know I half missed the Revival getting eliminated from that last tag team match, I will admit. Mizunami. Oh, what an uppercut on Riho. Oh my god, Shida's landed on her head. As Mizunami takes up Thunder Rosa into a choke slam. And she's got to go for this now, isn't she? No, she's not going for the pin after that choke slam. She's heading up on the top and launching that massive leg drop onto Shida. What the hell just happened? Oh, Thunder Rosa's neck just snapped. A neck just snapped. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Mizunami, that massive leg drop. That's a finisher maneuver, of course. Big discus lariat as well. Mizunami now hoisting Thunder Rosa up. Into the gut-wrench powerbomb. Riho over the top of Shida into the sunset flip bomb. Oh, Riho gets the elimination. Riho gets the elimination on Shida, and Riho gets her first ranking point. Big knee in the gut of Mizunami, now up into the Hurricanrana. Oh, big right hand there by Thunder Rosa. And Shida won't be happy with that, being eliminated first in this one. Where's she in the female rankings at the moment? Shida is now rock solid bottom of the women's rankings on -3. Well, I think we might see Shida on Dark this week. Thunder Rosa sending Shida into the ring. There's the boot in the back and another big boot in the gut as well. Mizunami just flattens the pair of them. But Riho seems to come out that one okay. In control of Thunder Rosa. Mizunami, big headbutt taking down Riho. Such a difference in styles between those two Japanese ladies. Thunder Rosa with a big multiple clotheslines. Now bringing Mizunami up. Big uppercut. Thunder Rosa sends Mizunami over the top. Now drapes her over the middle rope into the neck breaker. Mizunami now the jawbreaker on Thunder Rosa. Ooh, Rosa caught with that stiff right hand into the Northern Lights. And look at that incredible bridge from the Northern Lights suplex. It's only enough for a 2 as Riho re-enters the ring. Thunder Rosa now with Riho in the front chancery. Riho breaks free and oh, that was a collision and a half, that was. Thunder Rosa taking Riho down. Riho stiff right hand once again. Thunder Rosa pushing Riho away as Mizunami comes up behind, tries to lift her up, and Riho knocks her out of the arms. I mean, Rio's already got a point tonight. If she can get another elimination here, she's going to be looking pretty damn good. Oh, big knee right in the side of Mizunami. Up to a standing base. Gets rolled through. And Mizunami now with a double-handed choke slam. Doesn't go for the pin though. Goes for the stretch muffler. Oh my god, just lifting Riho up off of the ground. Into that stretch muffler. Will this be a tap? No, Riho breaks free. Just incredible resilience by Riho. Incredible resilience. As she goes in now with her head scissors, hooks the legs. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Thunder Rosa heads up to the top. And dives an elbow on the pair of them, but I think they both moved out the way and just missed. Thunder Rosa now looking for the fisherman suplex again with the bridge. And again, it's only a 2. Mizunami is not staying down for anybody, is she? Thunder Rosa with a big strike on Riho, looking for the spinning heel kick, but Riho saw it coming. Forearm into Thunder Rosa, another one as well. Mizunami comes up behind Riho, hook the arms, allowing Thunder Rosa to get her right in the face with that stiff strike. And now a German suplex by Thunder Rosa. Oh! Mizunami just launches a stiff right hand into Thunder Rosa, who was coming down right onto it as well. The double impact there. Like a head-on collision. And now Mizunami working over the spine of Riho. Riho. Mizunami now dropping into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. These women just do not give up, do they? Remember, one of these three will be facing Beth Phoenix for the SWE Women's Championship. Mizunami. Tombstone Piledriver on Thunder Rosa. Oh, Riho catches her right in the spine though. Knee in the back. Riho now bringing Mizunami back up to her feet. Mizunami fighting back. Stiff right hand. Another one as well. Elbows in the face though. Thunder Rosa now on the back of Mizunami. Oh, into a big German suplex. She caught the ropes with that German suplex as well, I think. Thunder Rosa with the arm breaker on Mizunami. And now going for the submission here. She's got the leg hooked and the neck as well, but too close to the ropes. Mizunami was able to grab a hold. Thunder Rosa sending Mizunami to the outside. Nice takedown by Thunder Rosa on the outside. And Thunder Rosa now with the stiff clotheslines taking Mizunami down. Big stiff strike in the face of Riho as well, sending Riho back into the ring. Riho now with the arm breaker on Thunder Rosa. Oh, Riho with the boot in the gut. But Thunder Rosa catches her up on the shoulders into the gory special position, but Mizunami decides to try and take advantage of the situation. Thunder Rosa rolls out the way. Mizunami, is she thinking another big leg drop? She does, and she lands it perfectly onto Riho. Mizunami drops into the pin, but Thunder Rosa breaking it up. She's aware, of course, there's a point for each elimination. She thinks she can take both these ladies out now. Mizunami just with a crunch on the head of Thunder Rosa. It's been a long time, hasn't it, since Shida was eliminated? A long time. Riho now with the strikes on Mizunami. Again, a stiff strike by the side of the face, and another one as well. Another big strike as Riho drops Mizunami across the middle rope. And she's going to go 619. And then straight into the reverse dragon sleeper by Thunder Rosa. Will she tap? Is she going to tap here? No. She does not tap. It's the experience there as well by Mizunami just to roll to the outside. No, she's in trouble. Roll into the outside just to get away from everybody. But now they're all outside, to be honest. Riho bringing Thunder Rosa back into the ring. Big elbow in the face of Thunder Rosa. Well, this match is going mad. This match is crazy. These three ladies have been fighting for such a long time now. We still have 2 matches left for you tonight. And one of those is an 8-man elimination, for God's sake. Oh, look at that knee in the face by Thunder Rosa on Mizunami. Another big knee in the face again. Oh, but Mizunami just playing possum with a boot in the head of Thunder Rosa, who launches her over the shoulders. Thunder Rosa now taking Mizunami up on the shoulders into the gory special and drops her face first. Gonna go for the pin, Thunder. Go for the pin, Mrs. Rosa. She doesn't go for the pin. Instead, she goes in for the submission, but Riho breaks it up. And It's similar to what happened earlier on. Riho sees the opportunity for a lot of ranking points here in her debut to really impress. So trying to get both eliminations herself by breaking that submission up. Drop kicks Riho off the apron. And now all of a sudden Riho and Mizunami working together to take out Thunder Rosa. I mean, you see friendships in these matches, but they never last long, do they? Case in point right there. Mizunami bringing Riho back up to her feet once again. Back into the ring. All these ladies so desperate to get that opportunity at Beth Phoenix. The SWE Women's Championship is just so well sought after by everyone, really. And because of our access to any wrestler in the entire world, it showcases just how good they really... Oh, the big discus elbow to the back of the head of Thunder Rosa by Mizunami, who drops into the pin on Riho. It's not enough. Maybe should try to drop into the pin on Thunder Rosa, who wisely rolled up the ring, again showing great experience. Mizunami running DDT. And now just the pressure applied to the very tender parts of the side of the head, the pressure points. Very, very painful, but Riho is surviving at this point in time and is able to fight her way free. Thunder Rosa's back in. Nice kick right in the gut of Thunder Rosa by Mizunami. Mizunami once again fighting back, but Thunder Rosa catches with the German, goes in for the bridge. It's still only a 2. Nobody wants to get out of this, do they? Spinning back fist by Thunder Rosa, now sending Mizunami into the corner, running knee strike as well. Boot in the gut of Mizunami into a front chancery, now hooks the leg into the leg breaker. And Mizunami rolls to the outside. Thunder Rosa, though, into a lovely Dragonarana there on Riho. And now going in with a submission once again, but again, just too close to the ropes to start with. She's done that a few times now with Thunder Rosa. You would have thought with her experience edge, she would know to get her opponent far away from the ring. She's done it twice. I suppose the damage is being done nonetheless. Dropping the elbow once again on the inside the knee of Riho. Spinning back fist again on Mizunami. And up into the gory special again on Mizunami. And drops her face first. This has got to be a pin. Now come on, Thunder. Go for the pin. Nope. Jawbreaker. Riho now with the strikes on everybody. She's really got to a point now where she's become very aggressive in this match as Thunder Rosa dropping Riho to the outside. Oh, this is good. This is big. Thunder Rosa gonna fly. Oh, the referee took her out. Oh, that just sums this game up, didn't it? The referee blocked her off. The referee shoulder blocked her. I was looking forward to seeing that dive. Ugh. That's annoying, isn't it? Riho dropping the knee right on the inside of the elbow. Taking him down. Thunder Rosa now front chancery, and here we go, a bit of tag team work here. Double DDT by Thunder Rosa and Riho, and again, these partnerships don't tend to last for very long, do they? As Riho now, the strikes in the back of Thunder Rosa, who catches her with a boot in the gut. Big elbow. I just can't believe how none of these ladies have been able to get a second elimination yet. It's been so long since Shida was eliminated. It's mad. Riho with the elbow in the guts. Takes a big strike in the face. Thunder Rosa sidewalk slam. as Mizunami taking down Thunder Rosa, dropping in the big strikes in the face. Big strike by Mizunami, and now she's stalking Riho. Are we finally going to see the second elimination in this match? Dragon suplex bridge for the pin. And oh my god, Rio's still in. She kicked out. Oh my god, this match. This match is insane. These ladies are so desperate to get themselves into that match against... who's that person? Beth Phoenix. That nobody wants to kick out. No, everyone wants to kick out. Oh, wow. Massive crossbody attempt by Riho there, missed. Nice. Wow, what a German suplex on the outside there by Thunder Rosa on Mizunami. That does more damage, of course, on that very, very thin matting on the concrete floor on the outside. Thunder Rosa now gets an elbow in the face. Mizunami with Riho, though, up on the shoulders. And, wow. Absolutely flat face there. And Rio's taken so much damage. I mean, I know she's resilient, but this has taken the mick now, how much damage she's taken and survived. Mizunami in control of this match now. Both her opponents are down. Rio's back up on her feet, but gets sent straight into the ring steps. God, this freaking match, I tell you. It's been going for a good 20 minutes now, and it may be longer than that. Right, backbreaker by Thunder Rosa on Riho Mizunami. Mate, if this match has gone so long, imagine how long the 8-man elimination match is going to go. Just in case anyone's wondering, this is on fast momentum, by the way. Riho back in the ring with Thunder Rosa. Rosa now tending Riho down face first into the apron. There's the boot in the gut, and now looking for that reverse dragon sleeper submission. Is Riho going to tap? She might do. She's been in quite a lot of submissions so far here. Again, she doesn't tap. Discus forearm attempt there by Thunder Rosa, avoided by Mizunami. Another big discus forearm though, now looking for that fisherman suplex on Mizunami. 1, 2, 2 count. Oh my god. Big double foot stomp there by Thunder Rosa on Mizunami. 1, 2, and 3. And finally the second elimination of the match, and it's Thunder Rosa over Riho Mizunami. And now Riho spinning neckbreaker straight into the pin. Oh, only a 2 count. I thought Riho had it then. Thunder Rosa now big forearm in the face, a spinning heel kick. Now taking Riho up. Wow, what a takedown. Legs hooked. That could be enough, and it is enough for Thunder Rosa. 2 weeks in a row. Thunder Rosa is going to get another opportunity then at Beth Phoenix for the SWE Women's Championship at AEW's Revolution. Wow, what a match this was. So on this one then, Shida and Riho Mizunami will both leave this one with -1 for both being eliminated. Riho will leave this match on 0 for being eliminated and getting an elimination. Thunder Rosa will leave this match on +3. 2 eliminations and the win for Thunder Rosa. And we'll see her again, like I said, in a couple of days' time to face off against Beth Phoenix for the SWE Championship. She was so close last time. This time, will it be enough? And here we go then, match number 3 of the evening. We've got Sammy Guevara versus MJF, a match that I'm pretty sure is going to happen at some point in the next few months. At a major pay-per-view, obviously not this one. But at a major pay-per-view, I'm sure we will see these two collide. When Sammy comes back for his massive face run, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Of course, it's going to be Sammy versus MJF. There's going to be Jericho involved in there as well. Who knows? Hager might join Sammy as a face. We might see Sammy Hager versus MJF and Wardlow, maybe. You never know. Nice sit-out powerbomb there by MJF on Sammy Guevara. Of course, we've seen Sammy Hager in our Dusty Classic Tag Team Tournament so far. They look pretty good. They look very good, so I'll be interested to see some more of those moving forward. Jericho and MJF will also be part of the Dusty Classic, as well Santana and Ortiz. So there's 3 teams from the Inner Circle as part of that. But of course, what effect is Wardlow going to have at ringside? I'm assuming a bad one. Well, bad for Sammy anyway. I think this is the first match we've seen MJF so far in this universe mode. He hasn't really fit into a lot so far, but someone I do very much like, and someone we'll use a lot more of. As time goes on, of course. MJF taking down Guevara, now stamping on the back. Now bringing him back up to a standard base, but Guevara's there with a jawbreaker on MJF and flattens him with a clothesline as well. Brings MJF back up to his feet once again, stiff forearm. And the big kicks as well by Guevara. MJF again bounced off the ropes. Guevara rolls him through in the boot in the side of the head. Sammy Guevara, incredibly agile, and there's a lot of momentum here this evening in this match against MJF. Only a 1 count though. So it'll take a lot more than that to keep MJF down. The salt of the earth himself. Nice takedown by Guevara, who is dominating this match, I must say, at this point in time. But you wonder how long it'll be before Wardlow gets himself involved again, don't you, really? Nice takedown by Guevara. He's really feeling this now. And I just see a chair slide in the ring there. I'm assuming that was Wardlow. Again, Wardlow distracting Guevara, allowing MJF just to powerbomb Guevara and then lock him into a little package there. Only for a 1 count though, but the damage was done and it's turned the match back around into MJF's favour. And MJF again, where did MJF get all these powerbombs from? I have no idea. But now looking for that salt of the earth arm breaker. Well, Guevara has to tap, and MJF picks up the quick victory, and MJF gets his first win in SWE this year in his first appearance. Interesting match, this one. I mean, we did see Sammy dominate a large portion of the match until Hager distracted him. MJF hits... Let's start that again. Guevara dominated most of the match until Wardlow distracted him, allowing MJF to hit 2 power bombs. And then, of course, the salt of the earth arm breaker was enough, or the arm bash, let's say, was enough to get the submission victory. Pretty close to the ropes, but Real Wardlow was there to sort of block him off anyway. And there we go, victory for MJF. We will say MJF again later on in this weekend, where he will team with Jericho, of course, to take on the Bucks. But now it's time for our main event in the evening. It's time for the big one. So pause the video, go and get yourself a drink and a snack, and let's get into an 8-man elimination match. Here we go then, 8-man elimination match. I know it's crazy, I do apologise, it is absolutely crazy. Of course, just like the last matches, it is a point for each elimination and an extra point for the win. So there are 8 points up for grabs in this one. There's the chance for somebody to go from an absolute zero to an absolute hero tonight with the amount of points that are up for grabs. I think this is Hangman's debut, I think? I might be wrong, actually. No, was Hangman Dark? I know a few of these guys were on Dark this week, so I was trying to build them up, weren't they? Let's have a quick gander. No, Hangman didn't make it onto Dark. Gonna watch Dark this week. We have Mr. Brodie versus Colin Delaney. Lance Archer versus Peter Avalon. Kenny Omega, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Cole Quinn, El Mago and Baron Blade. John Moxley versus Brandon Cutler, and Sting and Darby Allin versus Gilbert and Too Cold Scorpio. And if you're wondering, yes, everyone you think won. So, yeah. Don't have to worry too much about that one. So this is obviously 8-man elimination. I'm not going to be able to cover everything that's going on here because it's going to be mental, of course. But pinfalls and submissions only take place inside the ring, so that's the place I'm going to be keeping my eyes on the most way through this to try and see who survives the longest. Of course, the winner here will get AJ Styles in AJ's first championship defense, which will happen on night number 3, which of course will be, I think it's Monday now because I've uploaded the first one too late. So I think it's going to be Monday now, I think. Jericho with a knee in the face of Archer and a running strike at the corner as well. There's the pin. There's some interesting match ideas for this weekend. I want to try and... Oh god, Eternity went then. I want to try and maybe recreate some of the realistic matches. But at the same time, I want to sort of be a bit more adventurous. There's a lot of good opportunities. Of course, it's not the only time we're going to have the chance to do AEW style matches. We'll get quite a few chances throughout the year anyway. Moxley with a pin. Only a 1 count on Mr. Brodie Lee. So we already know we've got Thunder Rosa versus Beth Phoenix in one of our championship matches. Darby Allin will be defending his Hardcore Championship in tomorrow's main event. Oh, Steiner Screwdriver by Brian Cage on Sting. And Sting kicks out. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Madness. There's still 8 people in this, isn't there? Yeah. As Mr. Brodie, the discus lariat on Moxley. There's the pin. And Lance Archer broke it up. Okay. It's an interesting one. Lance Archer break up the pin, saving John Moxley in this one, which is a weird one. I mean, I understand maybe Lance Archer genuinely believes he can get all 8 eliminations here. Or 7 eliminations, should I say. So he wants to try and keep everyone in so he can eliminate themselves. That's a very bold maneuver if that is what he's thinking, but I mean, if anyone can do it, Lance Archer's definitely a good shout for it, isn't it? As we see now Omega take Hangman up. One wing angel by Kenny Omega on Hangman. 1, 2, and 3. And Hangman is gone. Kenny Omega picks up the first point. Or Kenny Omega, AJ Styles could be incoming. That'd be a hell of a match, wouldn't it? Moxley, the big clothesline and Brian Cage taking him down. Mox now dropping an elbow into the heart of Brian Cage as well. Sting follows Omega. It's going to be really nice to see Sting back in the ring. I mean, I was surprised. I really thought it was going to be a cinematic match. I think everyone believed it was going to be a cinematic match. But after seeing the last few weeks, it seems like Sting's still pretty much good to go. WWE probably didn't have the insurance to do that, so probably why he never stayed there. But AEW's let him do it. Why not? Brian Cage brings Moxley back up now. The Cats just come running in, looking really guilty. They always look guilty when they come running into the ring. Especially when they both come running in together. You know something dodgy's happened. And what we're thinking about this new signing that AEW are going to be announcing at this weekend's Revolution. I mean, you might be watching this after the things happen now. I mean, I've got a few ideas. My first initial thought as Chris Jericho eliminates Sting. My first initial thought was Kurt Angle. That was the first thing I thought of straight away. I've dabbled with a few ideas. I feel like it's got to be, well, the initial thought to most of the internet were Angle, Lesnar, Punk or Batista. They're the big free agents. But I just don't think it's going to be one. I mean, I think it could be Angle, but I don't think it'll be Punk, Batista or Lesnar. Steiner screwdriver by Brian Cage on Brodie Lee. There's a chance it could be a Okada or Tanahashi. That's Brian Cage with the elimination of Brodie Lee. There is, I don't know. I would not put it past them of Paul White doing a straight off heel turn and announcing himself as an in-ring competitor. I would not put it past them. Big heel move. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. No point in speculating. So we are down to our final 5 now with 3 eliminated. That's 1 elimination for Cage, 1 for Omega, 1 for Jericho. Jericho is still in this match, but Mr. Brodie Lee is not, unfortunately. Remember, the winner of this match will get AJ Styles 1-on-1 for the SWE World Heavyweight Championship as Brian Cage. Now look at the strength of Brian Cage taking down Lance Archer in an F5. And that's another elimination for Brian Cage. What is he doing? You mad bastard. Omega now one-winged angel on John Moxley. And there's the pin for Omega. We're now down to the final 3 then, are we? Brian Cage, Omega and Jericho. Brian Cage with 2 eliminations, Omega with 2 eliminations, and Jericho with 2 eliminations. There we go. As Omega's out, we're down to the final 2 then, aren't we? Yeah. Brian Cage and Chris Jericho are the final 2. Brian Cage and Chris Jericho, the final 2 in this match. Jericho brings Cage back up to his feet. There's the boot in the guts. And what's Jericho thinking here? Nope. Looking maybe for a pile driver or a power bomb, but I mean, you're not really going to outpower Brian Cage, let's face it. As Cage is going to show Jericho how it's done into the gory special. Flatlined. Boom. And that could be enough if Brian Cage is busted open, but there's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. I mean, I'm looking forward to the potential of a Brian Cage versus... I mean, no matter what happens here, Jericho versus AJ Styles or Brian Cage versus AJ Styles, either way, it's going to be a cracking match, isn't it? Jericho now dropping a boot in the face of Brian Cage. Jericho now willing Cage back up to a standing base. And no, looking to drop him in the double axe handle, but Cage caught him in a backbreaker. Cage really rocking that crimson mask. Really rocking that crimson mask. Brian Cage, nice drop kick right in the chest of Jericho. Oh, nice T-bone suplex. Cage now launching Jericho back into the ring. Brian Cage, massive discus lariat. Brian Cage not going for the initial pin. Instead, the boot in the gut. And another big boot in the gut as well. 1, 2. Oh, Brian Cage only with a 2 count. Jericho gets his shoulder clamped. What? Sorry, the cats are talking to me. I do apologise. He sounds like I'm going mad, doesn't it? Into the surfboard submission by Brian Cage on Jericho. Not sure how I want to win this one, to be honest. It looks like Brian Cage could be the man, though, stalking Jericho. No, Jericho fighting back. In with a running bulldog on Brian Cage. Big boot in the spine, another one as well. And another. Jericho, I think Jericho can outlast Brian Cage. I mean, Brian Cage is a lot younger. There's the Lion Salt, though. There's the freaking Lion Salt. That could be game, set, match for Jericho. It is. Chris Jericho gets the third elimination and the points for the win as well. And it's going to be Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles for the SWE Championship on night number 3 of AEW's Revolution. Wow. I still can't understand how that match was so much shorter than the 4-woman elimination match we had earlier on. It seems so crazy, doesn't it? But it was a good match nonetheless. And Chris Jericho is victorious. Chris Jericho with 3 eliminations and the win then tonight. Puts him up to, well, it gives him a +4 from this match alone, which is a massive boost for him. And there we go then. That is the end of tonight's show. I hope you've enjoyed. We now know Thunder Rosa versus Beth Phoenix is going to be for the Women's Championship. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles for the SWE Heavyweight Championship. I've got them people, so I've just realised they're all leaving for the SWE Championship as well. So it's going to be a cracking next 2 nights. I hope to see you all there. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, like, subscribe, they're good stuff. And I will see you again tomorrow when my voice and my throat has got a bit better because I have been talking for too long now and it's sore. Good night. God bless. Auf Wiedersehen. All the other good stuff. Tati buys.